Odilo TV here, back with another vid for you guys. Yeah, y'all hit that subscribe, like, bell icon so y'all can be notified of this reel because y'all know Odilo keeps it real. Yeah, you guys, I was supposed to do this live way, this morning, but I had to make a couple of runs and do a couple of errands, so I'm getting around to it now. But let's get into it. So, since this fight, doesn't seem like it's going to take place with Terrence Bud Crawford and Earl Spence Jr. Who is going to be, who going to step up to the plate and fight Terrence Bud Crawford? Right? That's the question. Who's going to step up to the plate? Virgil Ortiz is going the WBA route. Jerron Boots Ennis is going the IBF route. We already know that Keith Thurman is number one in the WBC. Connor Ben, he's going after Chris Eubank Jr. So we got Crowley and we got David Avanesyan, Rocha, and Cobbs. Right? I don't think this will be a good fight with Cobbs. Cobbs not ready. Actually, I don't think none of these guys are ready, to be honest. You feel what I'm saying? Like Jerron Boots Ennis will be him and probably Thurman will be probably the toughest fights for Terrence Bud Crawford. But what is he going to do? Right? As you guys know, Virgil Ortiz is with De La Hoya. He's with Showtime, Jerron Boots Ennis. He's with the PBC. And I think Crowley is with the PBC too. David Avanesyan is with Frank Warren. So that could be a fight on the table. I don't know who Rocha with, and Blair Cobbs is with DAZN. So who is the man going to fight? Right? Don't you guys see what's happening? I hope you guys realize and see what's happening. Salute 913. See, I hope you guys see what's happening. Right? They trying to freeze out the man. They literally trying to freeze out the man. All these guys, all these people have conspired to freeze out Terrence Bud Crawford. From Virgil to Jerron to Keith, right, to Connor Ben, all these guys are basically doing the same thing, right, to Terrence Bud Crawford. Right? Because I'm trying to understand who's going to step up to the plate. The man, he's about to have another mandatory due in a minute. So all these other guys are going this way, he going this way, he going that way. It's like, I mean, come on, man. Now, this is getting ridiculous, man. This is literally getting just really pathetic, right? Me, I think that he should fight. This is just my opinion. I think he should try to go after Crowley, but I think Crowley is with the PBC, if I'm not mistaken. But if he can't get Crowley, he should go after David Avanesyan. That's just my opinion, because David Avanesyan is signed with somebody other than the PBC. I don't know who Rocha signed with. And Blair Cobbs, he's signed with somebody that's other than the PBC. And Virgil Ortiz, but we already know that Virgil don't want that smoke. He's going the WBA route, right? Because he just fought an eliminator. So this is not making sense, man. Like, it's just, it's pathetic, man. It's really pathetic at this point, man. Right? Boxing is turning into WWE. That's what boxing is literally turning into, man. And if you guys haven't heard the word around, it's only 2 dates left for this fight to take place in Las Vegas, right? And I think that's the 19th of November and the 10th of December. And we know it's not going to be the 10th of December, right? So that will leave the 19th of November, and that date is closing very fast, very, very fast. So it's looking like, what I've been saying for over a year, over 2 years, hey, I tried to get back on track, and I tried to support it and say it's gonna happen and all this, but Al Heyman strikes again, right? Al Heyman strikes again. He's about to destroy another fight. Him and Showtime, they're about to destroy another fight, and none of these fans are gonna hold these guys accountable, right? We already know it's going to be Terrence Bud Crawford fight. Terrence Bud Crawford, he wanted too much money. Terrence Bud Crawford, he was being, tough in negotiations. Terrence Crawford this, Terrence Crawford that. We already know it's going to be Terrence Crawford instead of blaming Showtime in the PBC, right? You don't even have to blame Earl. No, you can blame Showtime in the PBC because they don't want to see the fight. Al Heyman don't want to risk his belts, right? Because they his belts at the PBC. He don't want to risk those belts. So come on, man. But the writing is on the wall, and I already, I figured that this was going to happen, right? I figured it was going to happen, but I was trying to be optimistic. But, being optimistic in boxing doesn't work. It does not work, right? And it's obvious that Al Heyman doesn't care about, seriously about black fighters' legacy, right? He truly doesn't really care about it. The only reason that Jermell Charlo became undisputed is because he had all those belts on one platform. That's the only reason that Jermell Charlo has became undisputed. We all know it, right? Because if he wasn't on the if Castano was on DAZN, if Castano was on Matchroom, if Castano was on Top Rank, the fight wouldn't have happened. We all know it, right? We all know it. Why you think that Tim Tszyu, he had to sign with the PBC just to get, a title shot, just to get his shot. So until people start holding Al Heyman accountable, man, and start calling the PBC, start calling, these sanctioning bodies, and start holding these people accountable, man, they're gonna keep on doing the same thing to us over and over and over again. Right? It's called divide and conquer. The PBC know they got a lot of fanboys who really don't hold them accountable just as long as their favorite fighter get away with, with it. They don't care. As long as my favorite fighter is doing fine and right, he got an undefeated record, he not beat, I'm happy with that. It doesn't matter who he take on, right? He could take on a damn taxi driver. It doesn't matter to me. Yeah, you guys, but man, I just want to do this quick video, man. This is just sad and pathetic. Terrence Crawford is still waiting around. And we kind of knew it was going to be like this, right? We kind of, I kind of figured it was going to be like this. But it's like they got Croker and Statalina. Man, then the blank, right? Blank. So I don't know who this guy gonna fight, you guys. But hopefully he can that Al Heyman will send him Keith Thurman, right? I doubt it, but man, because because Al Heyman, he trying to set up that fight with Earl Spence Jr. and Keith Thurman. Like, little do Earl Spence Jr. know, right? Because it's not really up to Earl. At the end of the day, it's all about the PBC, the promotional company, and the best interest for the promotional company. It's not the best interest for the fighters, right? Like when he did, when Al Heyman paid Peter Quillen to drop his WBC belt, what happened? He was never the same fighter. He never regained. He never regained another title. Right? Just like I figured that he paid Keith Thurman to drop the WBC belt so Danny Garcia and Sean Porter can fight for it. Salute H Money. Yeah, bro. Man, I'm just talking about this fight, man, because it don't seem like it's gonna happen. So who is Crawford gonna fight next, H? That's the thing, man. Who he gonna fight next, man? Because Virgil going the WBA route. Ennis going the IBF route. Keith Thurman is number one in the WBC. Conor Benn is going after Eubanks. Crowley or David Avanesian, Rocha or Cobbs. Those are the only, people that's available. 1, 2, 3, 4. So who is the man going to fight? Right? Because I'm tired of, the politics. We already know once it don't happen, it's going to be Crawford's fault. And hopefully he knows that, right? It's going to be your fault, bro. They're going to make it your fault, even though, reports have been leaked that they wanted to sign you for a 3-fight deal for $14 million, which is nothing, which is trash. Right? But nobody said nothing. Nobody says nothing. Why can't Al and Showtime get held accountable? Bob Arum, you can't blame Bob no more. You can't blame Bob. Bob been gone almost a year. You can't blame Bob. It's only the PBC and Showtime that's held accountable for this fight happening. And they supposed to pay these fighters so we can get the fight we want to see. And if they don't do it, they should be held accountable. People should start calling fucking Steven Espinoza. People should start calling the PBC like, what are y'all doing? So y'all don't believe in black on black fights? Right? For legacy? You already killed the Deontay Wilder Anthony Joshua fight. Al, Steven, y'all already killed that fight. And y'all see what happened. One lost twice and one lost 3 times. All because y'all playing games for this promotional company, right? Because you want to protect the PBC. The PBC is dying anyway, Al. You can't do nothing, bro. It's dying. Right? Because your fanboys, they say that they do all this, but they really don't be buying your fights either. We know that they lying about the damn numbers. Right? According to Steven Espinoza, he don't release numbers unless it's 2.5 million or better. So all these numbers that's being released from Showtime, Tank Davis numbers, Earl Spence, Ugas and Pacquiao, all these numbers are fake as hell, man. Fake. Come on. But yeah, you guys, man, I'm just going to really up a why Virgil going the WBA route. He's a W. Oh, yeah, bro, man. Like, but his last fight was a WBA eliminator, H. Oh, okay, no. But Josh Taylor, it don't look like he moving up no time soon. I mean, you feel what I'm saying? It don't look like that they want the smoke, man. It's just, bro, it's sad, bro. They literally trying to do a Marvin Hagler to Terrence Crawford now. They trying to do a Hagler to this man. They trying to wait him out as long as possible. Nobody stepping up, putting in no paperwork for no mandatory, right? Because you know that you got to put in paperwork. Virgil ain't stepped up. Jerron Boots Ennis, everybody say to Jerron Boots Ennis he want to fight him. Well, then if Virgil ain't stepped up, why Jerron Boots Ennis ain't put in his paperwork? Why Keith ain't put in no paperwork? We already know that Conor Benn, he going after Eubanks. Crowley ain't put in no paperwork. Nobody's putting in no paperwork to fight the man. And we know why, right? Because he's a threat. That's what it's all about. You see a threat, you avoid a threat. You try to wait that threat out until you feel confidence in yourself that you can beat this person. And it's obvious that none of these guys have the confidence. Let's just keep it a buck. None of them, Virgil, Boots, Keith, Connor being Crowley, Avanesyan, none of them have the balls. Let's just keep it a buck. Because if they did, you would be putting in your paperwork. I'll be like, hey, well then, but if Virgil Ortiz, he don't want to fight him, okay, well, you can consider me. Right? And it just goes down the line, down the line, down the line. Just like, remember, Sean Porter, he wasn't the number one. He was the number one. No, Virgil was the number one. Then Virgil didn't put in his paperwork. Then they moved Sean Porter up to number one. Sean Porter was playing. He didn't want to put in no paperwork until Bob Arum and ESPN offered him a 60-40 split. Which is higher than he was supposed to get as a mandatory defense. Right? He was only supposed to get 25%, but they raised it up to 40% just to get the man in the ring. Just to get him in the ring. They had to give him his highest payday just to get Sean Porter in the ring. That's what people fail to realize. They had to give him his highest payday to get him in the ring with Terrence Bud Crawford. Keith wanted 10 off the rip. Right? Danny turned down 3. What an upside. Come on. Ugas never looked his direction once he had a real belt. Pacquiao, he was playing games. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, man, like it comes to find out the money wasn't even real. It was all employed by the PBC because people forget that Pacquiao was signed to the PBC. His last fight was Yordenis Ugas. So it was all smoke and mirrors. Why you think Errol Spence Jr. came out as soon as he got the fight with Pacquiao? Oh, blame Bob. Oh, blame Bob. How could we blame Bob when Pacquiao's on the PBC and according to you, Errol Spence Jr., he's on the wrong side of the street? Terrence Crawford, that is. See, they play games all the time, but people got to pay attention. You have to pay attention to these suits. They love to play games, right? They love to play them. Now, we've been waiting on negotiations for what? 9 months? 8-9 months. Everybody been blaming Bob for 2-3 years. Everybody been blaming Bob for 2-3 years. It's Bob's fault. Bob don't want the fight. Bob don't want this. So why in the hell did Bob guarantee to give Terrence Crawford $900,000 if he couldn't deliver the Errol Spence Jr. fight? Bob is cheap, right? So why in the hell would he put that in the contract if Bob cheap? Because that means he was trying to get the fucking Errol Spence Jr. fight. That's what it means. And he wasn't expecting to pay no $900,000 to no Terrence Crawford because he was expecting to get the fight. But once he realized it's not going to happen, he tried to tell Terrence Crawford, but Crawford still don't want to listen. Still don't understand that he's a threat to the PBC whole entity. You don't even understand that. Somebody need to share this video with him, bro. Listen to me, bro. Listen. I'm telling you nothing but facts, Crawford. You are a threat to the whole PBC entity, to the whole 147 division. Period. So they're going to lowball you. They're not going to try to give you what you really want just to get your ass out the way. They didn't wait you out 4.5 years. Why they can't wait you out another 2, another 3? Nobody holding them accountable, right? So they can get away with it. Nobody holding the PBC Showtime accountable. It's still Bob's fault. People still going around saying, oh man, like it's Bob Arum's fault. How? He ain't been in the picture in almost a damn year. But it's still Bob's fault. Instead of pointing the finger at Al Heyman, the Wizard of Oz, instead of pointing the finger at him and the little weasel, Steven Espinoza, instead of pointing the fingers at them, Y'all still looking at Bob, and Bob ain't been in this shit, in this negotiations in almost a damn year. It's sad, bro. Right? You don't even have to blame Earl Spence Jr. No, blame the suits. Blame PBC. Blame Al Heyman. Blame Steven Espinoza. But y'all fanboys can't even do that shit. Y'all can't even do that. Y'all can't even hold Al Heyman feet to the fire. Oh, man, but what did he say? Al Heyman don't be talking. So what the hell do that mean? His actions speak way louder than his words. I keep showing y'all. He don't care about black legacy in boxing. He don't care about the black dollar. Right? He treat the black boxing fan like a piece of shit. That's what he treat us like. Straight treats us like a piece of trash, and y'all still going around capping for this fool. Fuck Al Heyman. Like, bro, I'm going to keep on saying it. I don't like him. I don't like the dude. I never met him in my life. I seen one picture of the dude, but I can tell by his actions what the fuck he doing. He's a con artist, a swindler. That's why he got his ass out the music industry, because he was getting sued left and right, left and right, left and right. People forget that. Yeah, he's a con artist. That's why he don't want to be held accountable. That's why he don't say nothing. That's why you don't see him in public, right? That's why you can't put a microphone in his goddamn face, because he's a con artist. When you hiding, what do that mean? You have something to fucking hide. Simple. When you hiding, that means you have something to hide. Now, what is Al Heyman hiding? He's a con artist. He's a crook. Just like all the rest of the promoters, but I put him at a higher level, right? Because he don't want to be held accountable for nothing. Nothing. And y'all let this man get away with it, right? Because y'all just want to just, oh man, no, it's a black promotional company. No, it's not. If you do your research, if y'all go and read, you will understand that the PBC is owned by multiple people. Multiple investors, white boys. Yeah, white people. Multiple. Right? If you go and read, man, but most people don't even like to do that no more. They like to just regurgitate what these, what the blue bloods and the Fanons and all these weirdos tell them. They like to just, just regurgitate that. Go and read a book. They say that's how you hide information from black people. You put it in a book. This is just pathetic, though. Pathetic. Pathetic. Right? But watch when the fight don't happen and it's all said and done. Oh, Terrence Crawford, he did this. Terrence Crawford paid it. Oh, man, he wanted too much money. Terrence Crawford want this. Man, but then nobody say, shit about the $4.6 million that Al Heyman just tried to offer this man for 3 fights. And he just made 6 versus Sean Porter. Is you stupid? Why would I take 4.6 when I just made 6 for a mandatory? Right? Is you dumb? That's going backwards in business, right? That's literally going backwards. For a harder fight, right? For more belts, for more on the line and ring, you getting paid less money. And that makes sense to y'all? Hell no, I don't. No, make no kind of sense. Just like Floyd Mayweather said, man, now my first fight leaving Bob Arum, I made way more money. So why can't Crawford do it? Right? So why can't Crawford make more money? Right? Why can't he do the Floyd Mayweather? Right, man? Man, because y'all don't want him to be as great as Floyd Mayweather. Y'all don't want him to succeed in shit. Right? Y'all dudes are haters, bro. Never seen a bunch of black dudes that just go around on the internet hating on another black man like that. People, they be saying that I hate on Earl Spence Jr. No, I don't. I just say the stuff that he say out of his damn mouth. Facts. I'm just repeating the stuff he say out of his mouth on camera. Then when he say it, then people then people they reiterate it. They make a video on it. Oh man, are you hating on Earl Spence Jr.? He said it, so why you ain't mad at him? He said it. Why you mad at me? You should be mad at him for saying the weird shit. Then y'all go into this. Oh no, man. Because he meant. Oh man, look, because what he meant. No, he meant what he said, and he said what he meant. When he said he taking the easy route to fight Sean Porter, he meant he taking the easy route to go and knock out Sean Porter. But it wasn't that easy, right? Wasn't that easy. Count his chickens before he even, before they hatched, right? Went up in there, went life and death. Sean Porter coming off a loss. What the Earl section will say. Oh, Sean Porter will be a great fight for Terrence Crawford. Damn, coming off a loss. So he will be a great fight for Terrence Crawford coming off a loss. Then when Terrence Crawford go in there and annihilate the dude, put him on the mat twice, his daddy screaming, no, 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 give me the towel. Give me the damn towel. Everybody, oh man, like that fight looked fixed. Oh man, like the fight was fixed. Nobody paying attention to Sean Porter shaking on the fucking ground up. Nobody cared about Sean Porter. Y'all fanboys didn't care about Sean Porter. Y'all just wanted to see if he can do something with Bud. And when y'all seen him get annihilated, it's man. But what Earl Spence Jr. say? Oh man, if I was Sean Porter, man, I wouldn't even pay my daddy. What type of hoe ass nigga is you? That was some hoe shit to say. Facts. Especially when your ass got the fuck up out of the goddamn arena so fucking fast. Your coward ass. Then you talk about what he should pay his daddy when your ass ran up out of the fucking arena. Come on, bro. Come on. Then imagine if Terrence Crawford would have did some shit like that. Imagine Terrence Crawford after he beat Danny Garcia. Terrence Crawford took off out of the goddamn arena. What the Earl sections would have said. Oh, man, he's scary as hell. Oh, man, did y'all see that? Come on, bro. That dude never gets held accountable for the shit he say and the shit that he do. Facts. Tell a grown man on ESPN First Take with Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Oh, yeah, man, like if he get a belt, man, then we can fight. The man get a belt, approach you with his promoter. You saying you your own fucking promoter. Then as soon as he pull up with his promoter, oh, no, man, call Al. You got to call Al, man. You said that Al didn't even exist, right? You trying to change the subject. You said Al Heyman didn't even exist, Bob Arum. You said he didn't even exist. You met Al? Yeah, man, I met Al. Man, come on, bro. You told this man to get a belt and you gonna fight him. He got a belt, approached you, and you went the other direction like a bitch. You put a 5-year plan into motion. 5 years. But people saying you wanted to smoke. Bro, you never wanted that smoke either, bro. Come on, man. This is just sad, bro. It's really disappointing that how Al Heyman got his fighters moving, bro. Peep this. Usyk with 3 belts getting ready to fight Fury for 1 belt December split 50. Come on. Come on. Come on. Easy peasy. You see how easy that can be made? Right? Easy peasy. Man, when 2 fighters really want to fight, it ain't nothing that's going to stop the fight. Right? Everybody blaming Terrence Crawford. Oh, man, now he want too much money. What about Earl Spence Jr.? Nobody never says nothing about how much money he want. Why do you think Floyd Mayweather came out talking? Because he was talking about Earl Spence Jr., not fucking Crawford. People got to be realistic. He wasn't talking about Crawford. He was talking about the guy that's in his stable. Why you think he checked him on a lot of stuff when he had retweeted the Mike Carpenter thing? Oh, no, if Mike Carpenter is not real, homie, unless it come from me or Fight Hype. He checking Earl. Right? Because I didn't see Terrence Bud Crawford retweet that. No, Earl Spence Jr. was the only one who retweeted it. And Floyd Mayweather came out and checked his ass. Bruh. You're not your own promoter. If you can't advance 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, you're not your own promoter. Why don't you just sit down and let us do your job and let us do the job? Who you think he talking to? Who goes around and say they their own promoter? Who y'all think he talking to? He talking to Earl. You think you worth more than what you are, right? Because Al Heyman and Showtime been putting up all these fake ass numbers. Now you really think that you sell that many pay-per-views, and you don't. You literally don't sell that many pay-per-views. It's all smoke and mirrors. All smoke and mirrors. The PBC is a joke, bro. The PBC is a joke to boxing. They have literally made boxing into WWE, and people are happy with this. Are celebrating that the gladiator sport that I grew up on and love has turned into a straight bitch sport full of divas, but full of dudes who think they didn't. I mean, like, who done did something you ain't really did a goddamn thing. Nothing. Especially a dude like Earl Spence Jr. You've been in one weight division for a decade, bro. Right, you actually came down from a higher division and been in that one division for a decade. 10 years, and you think that's special. That's not special. That's not special at all. Salute, Unique Don. But this is where, this is where boxing is at, you guys. Like, boxing is a sad sport at this point, right? We didn't get Jared Hurd versus Jamal. We didn't get Laura versus Jamel. Nothing, bro. Like, we didn't get nothing, right? Boo Andrade and Eddie Hearn just sent Jamal Charlo, right? They just sent him a $7 million offer, right? I think last year, and he turned it down. And now his baby mama, his wife, coming out clowning him, talking about he about to lose everything. Talking about his house about to be foreclosed on when you just turned down $7 million last year. So that means that Al don't give a damn about you, bruh. Al don't care about you. See, what I think it is with the PBC, you guys, I think once they leave the PBC, if you don't get the official, like the official okay from Al Heyman, or you don't let Al Heyman eat off you like Danny Jacobs and the other guy was doing, right? Because Al Heyman was still an advisor. He was still getting his percentage out of Danny Jacobs and the other guy. I forgot the other guy who had left the PBC. They went to the Zone for a second. Right? Man, because if you guys don't know, Danny Jacobs is back on PBC. Right? He's back on the PBC. But the only reason that he let Danny Jacobs go, because Danny Jacobs was still giving him a percentage of that money that he was getting from the Zone. Right? Don't y'all remember when he had confronted Jamal and said, bro, like, I know what you making. I'm making M's. I know what you making. Right? When he caught Jamal backstage and he was like, bro, I know what you making. I'm making M's. That's when he had just went to the Zone and he was making bread. Right? That's when the Zone was giving out those deals, was giving out money to everybody, just trying to get people on a platform. They offered Deontay Wilder 120. They was offering Tank Davis $10 million a fight. They wanted Keith. They wanted Earl. Right? They never really wanted Crawford, though, right? That's probably because he was with Bob, right? And they already know that Bob wasn't going for that. They already know that Bob wasn't going for that, right? But Terrence Crawford is the only, I think, probably like the only person who left Bob Arum clean slate, right? And he sued Bob instead of Bob trying to sue him and and trying to hold up his contract and all that, trying to hold him hostage. No, the only one left with a belt, clean record, and about to get his money out of his lawsuit. But people say that Crawford dumb. Shit, that's very smart to me. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Floyd Mayweather didn't even leave like that. Facts. Floyd Mayweather had to buy himself out. Mikey Garcia, he had to buy himself out or somewhere. He took him to court, sued him, something. Right? And that held up his career for what, 2 years? A year and a half, 2 years. Crawford is the only one who left clean slate with a belt. With a belt. Getting one of his highest paydays in $6 million and suing Bob Arum for 10. What a good case. Right? Because Bob Arum signed the contract for the 2-fight, a year deal. Hey, if you couldn't deliver, you got to pay, Bob. Hey, man, it is what it is. Bud going to 160 to fight the guy that Boo Boo won't fight, Zanabiki. 12-0. It's reported that Boo Boo dropped his belt. Oh, yeah. But Boo Boo, he just feel like he not. Man, no. But what is Zanabiki going to give Boo Boo School of Skills? What is he going to give him? Nothing. Like, people going to be like, oh, man, like Boo Boo Andrade, he just fighting another bum. Boo Boo Andrade, he just fighting another Salucky. Come on, man. And he got to do something, but I don't see what he going to do at 168, right? Unless he going to make Canelo drop a belt. Man, because at 168, don't it got Benavidez? It got a few PBC fighters up there, too. But he can go straight into a mandatory, though, with the WBO. And if Canelo got that belt, he going to either have to fight Boo Boo Andrade or vacate the belt. Period, point blank. Man, and that's what I think that Boo Boo Andrade, he going after. He like, hey, man, forget it, man. I'm about to force his hand, right? I got to force Canelo hand. Okay, I'm going to drop this belt. I'm going to move up to 168. I'm already the super champion at 160. So that means I get an automatic shot at the mandatory at 168. And Canelo is the unified champion, is undisputed at 168. So if Canelo don't fight him and he vacate the belt, we already know what it is, right? Canelo don't want that smoke. Right? We already know what it is. Man, because if you want to stay undisputed, you would take on Boo Boo Andrade. Period, point blank. So you could keep your WBO title and all that. But Benavidez asked for 10 million just in the go. What? Oh my God, bro. Benavidez. Oh, damn, bro. I thought he had some kind of cojones. So he started off at 10 too, huh? That got to be Al Heyman, man. That got it, bro, because it makes no sense. It makes no sense. That have to be Al Heyman that's coming up with these, with these ridiculous, demands. It got to be, bro. Demetrius Andrade versus Benavidez is not. I mean, shit. I could say that you can give Benavidez about 3, 4 at the max, but 10. No, that's too much, bro. Like, it's ridiculous, man, how boxing is going. I mean, yeah, man. Man, but Al Heyman is ruining boxing school of skill. That's facts. That's facts. Why everybody is trying to point fingers at at the Eddie Hearns and the De La Hoyas and the Bobs and the Frank Warrens and the Loefflers and the Katie Duvas and everybody else and the Lou DeBellas, while they trying to point fingers at these people, Al Heyman and Steven Espinoza is killing boxing right before our eyes. Right before our eyes. And don't nobody care, right? The PBC fanboys, don't nobody care until it's dead. Nobody ain't gonna care until all the boxing fans are on the UFC and nobody even looking at this shit no more. Boxing is supposed to be an art form. Boxing is an art to me. You paint a picture in there, right? You doing your artwork. Like if you got a master, like if you put on a master class, you done painted a masterpiece in the ring and bruh, like it's not that way no more. Like boxing is soft, man. Right? Because they got all these new soft ass fans. All these new soft fans. Very soft. Sensitive as hell. Sensitive people nowadays. That's facts. A lot of sensitive ass people out here. That's crazy, bro. So Benavidez asked for $10 million just to negotiate with Demetrius Andrade. H Money, bro. Man, you can't make this shit up, man. That got to be Al, though. It got to be Al. So I don't know, bro. Man, and now I'm hearing that, the Al Heyman and Steven Espinoza, they got a little beef going on because Steven Espinoza want to make Jamal versus Benavidez, but Al Heyman is trying to save Jamal for Canelo, like he gonna ever get a Canelo fight. You're not gonna get a Canelo fight unless you move up to 168. And it seems like you don't want to move up to 168, bro. Man, facts, man. Okay, what you say? School of Skills win. Damn, bro, this shit is just sad, man. Like when we can get the Spence Crawford, this dude is holding up the fight and giving his guys only one fight a year. Exactly. Right? Jamel, he fought in what? April? And they already they kicked him way to January of 2023. Right? Kicked that man way to January of 2023 just to get him out the way of Crawford too. Right? They got him out the way of Crawford. Man, because what did Crawford say? Oh, if I can't get the Earl Spence Jr. fight, where I'm going to 154, I want to fight Jermell Charlo. Now, what they do, they hurry up and got Jermell out of the way. Pew! He's out of there. Now it's just Earl Spence Jr. that's just waiting around, right? Waiting around, trying to see what's going to happen. Oh, yeah, no, but ODGGG. Oh, yeah, but you already know how that is, H Money. You know how that is. Canelo, he just feel like he could. Canelo should knock out Triple G. He should stop Triple G. If he don't stop Triple G, then he's done too. We know what that's about, right? You feel what I'm saying? Like, we already know that he wasn't going to take on Bivol again, right? Because Bivol was going to knock him out. Bivol was going to destroy Canelo in a second fight. And Canelo knows that. So he like, hey, bro, I got to go to the old man. Let me go back to the old man. Right, Triple G, who just went, life and death with the other guy. Damn, I forgot his name. Right, who was getting punished by body shots. What do people think that Canelo about to do to Triple G body? He about to punish this man. punish him, get a stoppage. Everybody gonna be, oh, Canelo, Canelo, Canelo. Oh yeah, man. Like, and then Triple G, he gonna retire, right, with money in the bank. And I think he do got some fighters. I think he got a partnership with the Zone, some kind of way like that, and he got some fighters over there. So he gonna turn into a promoter, right? He gonna start putting on his promoting hat, and that's gonna be the end of that, man. But he gonna go out with a bag, and that's Triple G legacy. That's Triple G legacy, right? And he probably get into the Hall of Fame because he was a multi. I mean, no, he was a champion in. Well, I don't know. I don't really know, man, because it's all about his competition. He really didn't fight nobody to me, so he really didn't fight nobody. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like the Willie Monroes and the. I mean, come on, bro. I mean, he really didn't fight nobody. Like Danny Jacobs when he was almost. I mean, when he was out of his prime, right? In that fight, I mean, shit, like you probably could have called that fight a draw because Danny Jacobs put up a hell of a fight. Yeah, man. But this is just sad, man. Al Heyman is killing boxing. And the fanboys, they don't care until it's done and it's over with, and then we don't got nothing to really look at, nothing to really talk about. And then people go, oh, Al Heyman, oh, Al Heyman. Then they gonna start wanting to bring up Al. And I'm gonna be like, shut the hell up. Right? Because y'all been defending this dude for 5, 6 years, 7 years. Y'all been defending this dude while he just destroying the sport slowly but surely, just destroying it. Right? Because him and Floyd, let's keep it a buck too. Him and Floyd, man, look, because Floyd, he let it be known too that he want to keep all the Tank Davis, fights in-house too. Right? He let that be known. Man, now the Floyd Mayweather, he's not no better, and we already know that that's they plan over there at the PBC, and they think that that's gonna, they think that that's gonna last. They think that that's gonna actually keep their platform above water. No, it's not. Fox about to drop y'all, right? Let's Deontay Wilder, he can come back and get some, rolling. Because I think that Fox, they'll probably work with Deontay Wilder because he could sell some pay-per-views. Right, with the right opponent, he could sell some pay-per-views, Deontay Wilder, and that's facts. So, I mean, like Deontay Wilder probably could save their Fox deal, but according to source, I mean, not sources, but what was the dude name? Oh shit, I forgot his name too. But according to him, Fox don't put up no money for these fights. Fox don't be putting up no money no more because they didn't lost too much money. So they just let the PBC do y'all thing. Y'all can use our platform. Yeah, y'all still got to give us our 10%. Yeah, but as far as us putting up money to help y'all sell this fight, no. That's all on you. So you can put the fight on Fox and you can do all that. We gonna get our 10%. If the fight flop, oh well, that's on you. We don't care. Peace. Right? Showtime ain't gonna be able to keep them afloat for that long. Showtime only got a certain amount of dates. Right? So the PBC is probably about to kill you, man. It's probably about to kill, probably about to kill Showtime like HBO died. Man, and then we gonna see how these fighters be acting in, right? Man, now when they going out there fighting for $100,000, $200,000, right? Let's see how they act in. Let's see if they still got their diva attitudes. Hell no, I bet you it's gonna be a lot of dudes that's gonna retire. A lot of dudes that's just gonna get up out of boxing. Like, oh, we not getting paid the millions no more. I'm gone. Right? We can't milk the fans no more. I'm gone. The fans are catching on, you guys. Oh man, it's time for us to go. Exactly. Yep, the fans catching on. And we tired of paying for y'all bullshit ass fights, especially from the PBC. Yeah, man. But this whole video was just trying to see who Terrence Bud Crawford is going to fight next, because as I said in the beginning, Virgil going the WBA route, Jerron Ennis going the IBF route. We already know that Keith #1 in the WBC. Conor Benn is going after Eubank Jr. Crowley, I think he signed with the PBC. And then they have David Avanesyan, who signed with Frank Warren. And then it had Rocha, and then it has Blair Cobbs, who signed with the Zone. So who's going to be the next, the next one to step up to the plate? Only time will tell. Only time will tell. But I'm just going to leave it right there, you guys, man, because this is ridiculous. And man, I'm getting kind of pissed off, to be honest with you guys, man, because we have wasted. Y'all got to really think about this, man. We have wasted so much time and energy going back and forth, arguing, debating, back and forth for years. Time is the most precious thing on earth, and we have wasted time. We have literally wasted, breath, right? We literally wasted time and effort and breath and energy on something that's a fantasy fight at this point. On something that's literally a fantasy fight. And we got people to blame for it. We got people, to hold accountable for it not happen. But, the PBC fanboys, they just can't do it. They sure can call the WBC when something is going wrong, something else. They could call the WBA. They can call these people. They could call everybody else, right? They can, they can put in their concerns about this, put in their concerns about that. But when it comes down to a legacy fight between two black men, right, that will define their, not define, Terrence Crawford's career, because Crawford already been undisputed, but will define Errol Spence Jr. career, right? Salute Dinkin 305. Salute, brother. That can literally solidify his career. Al Heyman don't want to do it. Al Heyman literally don't want to do it, and nobody's saying nothing, right? All because people don't want to see Errol Spence Jr. laid on the mat. That's crazy, right? Because they don't want to see their favorite fighter, maybe win or maybe lose. They don't even want to see it, right? Don't even want to see it, bro. And it's sad and pathetic. And until people hold the Weasel and the Wizard of Oz accountable, we're going to keep on getting done like this over and over and over and over, right? You can ask for steak all you want. Keep on asking for steak. Al Heyman don't give a damn about you asking for steak. Al Heyman is about to pass your ass a dry-ass cheeseburger. And you better like it. Right? That's Al Heyman. You willing to pay for it. You willing to give him $100 for the fight. Al, just make the fight. We gonna do this. We gonna do this. We gonna do that. We gonna do this. We gonna do this. No, but what he do, he sent out his little lackey, Tim Smith, to tell us that we thieves. Literally tell us that we fucking thieves. Send out his little flunky to tell the black, the black fan base, because that's who he was talking about, to tell the black fan base, oh, fuck you niggas. Y'all thieves anyway. That's basically what he said. Fuck you niggas. Y'all thieves anyway. Y'all gonna steal it anyway. Wow. But people let people talk to him like that, not me. That's why I say I don't like Al. And nobody can convince me to like Al. Right? And if I ever see Al anywhere, I will cuss out Al Heyman ass. Fuck you. You fucked up boxing, and you should have stayed your ass in the damn entertainment industry with those weirdos over there. You should have stayed over there in the weirdo field. Right where you can hide and you can get away with it. But you stuck your feet into boxing, and you should be held accountable. Period. Every other promoter get held accountable. Right? When Eddie Hearn say something, people trash shit on Eddie. When Bob say something, they shit on him. When De La Hoya, they shit on him. Tom Law, they shit on him. Frank, they shit on everybody except for the Wizard of Oz, the man behind the curtain. And y'all all know what happened in the Wizard of Oz if you've ever seen the movie. Once they found the man behind the curtain, what was he? A fucking coward. A scary ass coward. Right? And that's what Al Heyman is. But I'm going to leave it right there, you guys. Salute to everybody who came through. H Money, Deacon, 305, School of Skills. Man, a salute to everybody who came through in the chat, man. I really appreciate you guys. But subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Comment on the video. This is Odie Sports Info. Yeah, you guys. And if anybody can get this to, to Bernie, or get this to, Crawford, or get this to anywhere over there, bro. He needs to listen to this. Crawford, you are a threat to the PBC, to the whole entity. Al Heyman don't like you. He will never like you because you a threat to his promotional company. He will never like you, bro. Ever, ever, ever. And when it all falls down, Crawford, you to blame. It don't matter if it's tons of evidence pointing at the PBC, if it's tons of evidence pointing at Showtime, they don't give a fuck. You to blame. It's your fault. You should have took whatever the hell they wanted to give you, even if it was 200,000. You should have took it. Right? According to these people. Salute you guys. I'm gone.